Hey everybody, welcome back to Bass in Battle. My name's Tommy Furlong and I'm your combat bassist. Today's video we're going to be talking about a basic but very cool slap technique. Got a little slappy for y'all. Snap, crackle, and popping. It's going to be a double thumb, double pop. Super basic, but I think really kind of levels up, amplifies your playing. We're going to turn some heads with that one. On the military side, we're going to be talking about wag bags. What is a wag bag? Why does the military use them in remote locations? And why was I always yelling at my Afghan soldiers for not using them? More to come, stick around. All right, everybody, let's get into the technique part of this video. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to play a slap line straight through. I'm not going to funk it up at all, just super straight. And then we're going to get into the technique on the second time around. I'm going to show you how we can just kind of amplify it a little bit, level it up. All right, let's do it. All right, we got that line, super basic line. I played it straight the entire time through. The second time around, I'm going to add the technique, and here it is. You got a thumb down, thumb up, pop. Thumb down, thumb up, pop. Now the thumb down, thumb up is on the same string. I'm using the E string. And the pop, use your index, your middle finger, whatever you prefer. But down, up, pop, down, up, pop, down, up, pop, down, up, pop. Now the second technique is going to be a double pop. I'm going to be using my index and my middle finger. Index on the D string, middle finger on the G string, and it's almost going to be a simultaneous pop. It's just going to be a separation between both pops, just a little bit. You can hear it. Gives it a really cool sound. Let's get into it. All right, so there you have it. Thumb down, thumb up, pop, that double thumb pop, and then that double pop afterwards adds that extra flavor. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we got more to come for you. All right, everyone, let's get into the wag bag part of the conversation. What is a wag bag? Well, you probably guessed it at this point, or you looked it up. Wag bag is used for human waste while you're deployed to really remote locations, places where you don't have the infrastructure of having, you know, either running water, plumbing, toilet, an outhouse, whatever it is. So, where I was in Marja, Afghanistan, we was very remote. We were sort of the first NATO forces into the area. The first 3 to 4 months were house-to-house fighting, just kind of clearing a zone. And the last 6 to 7 months were holding down that area. So after we had pushed through that first phase of the clearing zone, we transitioned to the holding of the area. I was in a part of Marja where we had secured this mud hut. So there are these mud huts really everywhere in the southern part of Afghanistan. I think it's a little bit different up north, but there are these mud huts. They're basically these big compounds. There's no roofs. The walls are maybe like 10 feet high, and the walls are made of mud and cow shit. Super thick, you know, about 12 to 18 inches thick, hard as a fucking rock. I'm talking about so hard that, you know, the 25 millimeter Gauss cannons from a Harrier couldn't punch through it. That's how impenetrable they were. You know, they'd set up IEDs on the wall compounds just because they know the blast wouldn't affect the compound, but it would certainly, you know, hurt the folks outside of it or right next to the IED. So anyway, we had transitioned to the hold phase, and we were in this compound that we ended up naming PB Chris, which is Patrol Base Chris, named after Chris Rangel, one of the Marines I lost on my deployment. You know, it was an area held by about 30 Marines, you know, from my platoon, and about 20 Afghan soldiers. So again, just a few little rooms in the compound, but really just a wide open area with these big mud walls around it. So we got lucky enough to have the engineers pop down for a day or two. They built us some hasty infrastructure. The first being, our sanitary area. Also had a burn pit going. We had a little area where there was a burn pit going basically 24 hours a day. You'd throw everything in there. Old MREs, your wag bags, basically any piece of trash, plastic bottles. We were required to drink 18 bottles of water a day. Those plastic bottles, you had to throw them in the burn pits, because if you didn't, the insurgency could sort of crush them. They'd split the top and the bottom, put a wire between each, you bury it in the ground a little bit, Marine steps on it, it's now a pressure plate, they're setting off an IED. So everything needed to be burned. So anyways, we also had them set up our sanitary area, and that was first, we had a place to go pee-pee, and that was because I was at the time I served, I was an all-man male platoon. No women were allowed really in the infantry at that point. So we had an area where you dig this trench, pretty deep, maybe 18 inches deep. You fill it with rocks, put sand up over it, and then you drill down these PVC pipes, kind of at an angle like this. So you drill them down and go into that, and now you have a nice little area. You can pee into the PVC pipe. It goes down into the trench area. Pretty sanitary, really no smell. It was really efficient. The shitters, not so much. So the engineers had built this little plywood box, basically. It had like 2 or 3 stalls in it. We had it facing the wall of the compound so that people could come in and out, and it was just a little walkway in between. So you get a little bit of privacy. The back was basically, it had a piece of plywood on it, and down bottom was an area where we just didn't have enough wood, so the bottom area was open, so you could see people's legs down bottom. You could see the wag bags hanging. Not the best, but we made do with what we had. So what we noticed was that the Afghan soldiers did not like using the wag bags. They were just not fans. So it started to become a little game to us, where I would wait for an Afghan soldier to kind of go into the pooper. I would see them kind of sit down. I wouldn't see any wag bag, and I'd just wait. And I'd see a little poop drop through the hole, and then it was, "Hey, what are you doing? Hey, stop doing that!" They would flip out. Would make them shovel up their poop and then throw it into the burn pit. So it was kind of a fun little way to escape the patrolling, the constant, fire we'd receive and send out every day. Again, after some time, the Afghans got used to it, and they started using them. So basically the wag bag is just a bag. You put it on the hole we had cut in the seats of the poopers. You put it down, you do your business in it. They have these little silica packets. You pour that in, basically binds all your waste together. You tie it up, throw it into the burn pile, and there we have it. All right, so that's a little disgusting story for you. I don't know if you enjoyed it or not, but at least you're a little bit more informed about how we go to the bathroom sometimes when we're deployed to semi-remote locations. Sometimes when we were doing those house-to-house fighting, we were just going where we needed to go and then just continued moving along. There's no use for the wag bags at that point. All right, so anyways, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, again, share with your friends. I got a lot more content coming out, a lot of funny stories, a lot of sad stories, a lot of informational stories, some great techniques, some cool little moves you can do in your base. I think you'll enjoy it, so stay tuned. Thanks, everybody. Again, I am Tommy Furlong, and I'm your combat bassist. We'll see you soon.